Test. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. And sorry I'm late. I had some encoding problems here, but hopefully everything's okay. How's everyone doing today? I see some of you guys are in the chat waiting for me, so welcome, welcome. Let me just see if I could get the chat here on my phone, just so it's a little bit easier for me. And let me tweet out that I am live. So well, hopefully you guys are okay. Sorry, it's been a really crazy last couple of weeks, and I am actually about a week and a half behind. So better get going. That's why we're not going to do any of that Disney stuff, any of that stuff. Get going. I sketched this out earlier today. You might have saw this on my Instagram if you were following me on my Instagram. So I'm gonna finish this right now while I talk to you guys. So just seeing here who's online. Alice, how you doing? Just Socks, hi. Ryan, welcome back. Mythbusters, Super Awesome Sauce TV, welcome. Julie, hi. Reese was very early. Reese was early. There you go. Diaz was. I think Diaz. I don't know if he's still here, but he commented right when I turned on the stream. So, okay. So let me just quickly tweet this out that I'm live now, and then we will get going. Okay. So 1 second here. Okay. I'm live on YouTube now. Join me. Okay, so as you can tell, it's Ask the Artist. I'm gonna be here actually for about to around 2:30, which is the normal. As you guys know, I have to go pick up my kids around 2:30. So that should be plenty of time to finish this Mark Hamill piece, mainly because it's already laid out. So it's just finishing. So I have the entire Empire Strikes Back piece worked out. I was trying to figure out exactly how how the overall piece will look together as a whole, and then I was trying to figure out. Well, you can't see it here, but whether to have either Palpatine or Darth Vader as the main center of the whole piece. In the middle, I went back and forth, and then because this piece is actually right beside Rogue One, it doesn't make sense that Palpatine is there in there because he's not in Rogue One. So, but Vader is. So I went with Vader. But you guys will see that later on. So let me get the chat onto my phone here. So I apologize for that, but I hope everyone is doing well. Can you believe it's March already? Holy cow, March already. March. So let me just get on my phone here. Turn the volume down on my phone. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so yes, that's right. Oh, it's Armies on time. There you go. You do see Luke Mythbusters. That's right. So I did do the blue pencil first, just so because guys, whenever I do the layout and whenever I'm trying to get likenesses and all that stuff, I become super silent. Right. So, but when I'm finishing, it doesn't matter too much because I could talk as much as I want and wouldn't be that bad. So yeah, I'm working on. So I'm going to be working on Luke Skywalker here for the duration of this. I should be able to finish this. Nope, not a problem because, again, it's laid out. But, again, ample time to ask your questions if you want to ask questions, okay? So, with that, let me get the live chat going on my phone just so I don't have to look up too much. Uh, Luke on Dagobah or Bespin. This is more on Bespin. On Bespin. So he will be having the outfit that he would have when he battles Darth Vader. So no, it's definitely just a sketch for sure, Kuba. Still early, my friend. Okay, so I'm just gonna open up my reference here. I always go back and forth to refer back and forth. I usually put multiple photos up just so I make sure that I get the likenesses down, which is always interesting. It's always interesting, always a challenge, for sure. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. But hopefully I will get it, so just give me 1 second here, my friends. 1 second. Episode 5. Let's open this one. All right. Okay. Then let me just make sure my okay, so I'm just putting the you think? Yep. So I won't. So I won't be doing any of the Disney stuff today, guys. Okay, guys, because I'm super behind on everything. So I need to work on. The Star Wars stuff today. Okay, so hopefully next week we'll see. Or let me just turn on the main camera here. Make sure you're okay. I don't know if that changed you guys at all. Let me just back up here on the main camera. Make sure recording okay. All right, we're recording okay. We're gonna get busy here. So he goes, how do you decide on your shadows? I always find it hard when rendering my drawing. All you got to do is really understand where your light sources are when it comes to finding where your light sources or where the shadows go. So sometimes I would just put an arrow, which direction the main light is coming from. And then, everything that gets covered by that, that it would cast a shadow. So that's how you would understand where the shadow would go there. Now, for these particular pieces, you might notice that it depends, but I usually don't put a lot of shadow on the face. There are certain situations where I did, mainly when I drew Anakin, and mainly because I wanted him to look as evil as possible. But also because I wanted, with these faces, because these are so important, I want to make sure that when we get to color, that I had the most amount of leeway possible when it comes to the actual colors. So there you go. I'm using Alice is asking what type of pen. I'm using a Micron, a Pigment Micron. This is a 01. So I usually use this to start off with, and then I will go thicker as it goes along. So because of the size I'm working at right now, the board that I'm working on, for your information, guys, this whole Star Wars piece, it's 64 11x17 board. So right now, in front of you, this is about, this is 11x17 board right here. I have 3 of them in front of me, but Luke's on just 1. So yeah. You say, will we see Luke hold a blaster or a lightsaber? He'll be holding a lightsaber. He'll definitely be holding a lightsaber for this one. So it will be a pretty big lightsaber. I think that was one thing that was definitely missing from my other Star Wars pieces, that I need more lightsaber action, for sure. So a lot of these bottom pieces, they will have a lot of lightsaber action going on here. So. Oh, you're welcome, Alice. No problem. No problem at all. Do you draw as well, Alice? Do you do a lot of drawing? Are you guys, it's always interesting to know where you guys are coming from. Are you guys at work? Are you just at home chilling? Are you drawing? I notice a lot of people, when they watch me live, they like to draw at the same time. So. Did you guys know Mark Hamill liked my artwork this morning? Or maybe he just liked it so I would stop bothering him. either or, either or. You know what I'm gonna do? You guys are online, so you guys get priority. Okay, so I will answer your questions first. And if there's a little lull, if there's no questions, then I will go ahead and maybe I'll go back into my YouTube and answer questions that I didn't answer already. Let's see. Wooden Irons here. How you doing? And he says, how many hours practicing a day to become a professional illustrator? A lot. We just say a lot. Let's be honest. There are millions of people who want to be professional illustrators out there, and it's all up to you and your skill level at the same time. So I can't say, oh, if you practice 5 hours a day for 5 years, then you'll guarantee become a professional illustrator. You know, I can't even say that. It's it's really how much effort you put into it. So and you know how much you're willing to improve yourself. Like all of that comes into play. So like it differs for everybody. Some only need 2 hours a day. Some need five. Some need 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's really whatever makes you improve. Okay, but like Feng Zhu said, like if you want to be a concept artist, for example, there are concept artists out there who are drawing 5 hours a day on top of their schoolwork or on top of their regular job. And if you don't choose not to draw that many times a day or that many hours a day, they could really jump ahead of you in that sense, if you know what I mean, right? Because there are people like that. So, you know, I understand if you guys are here that you love drawing, right? That's why, for the most part, we subscribe to these drawing channels, is that we love drawing. So if that's the case, then, you know, then 5 hours doesn't feel like that long, does it? Right? Like, I'll be honest, like, because I'm here, I'm drawing anywhere between 6 and 12 hours a day, whatever. And sometimes I don't even feel it. You just put on some tunes, some music, and it feels pretty good. Okay, so just give me a second here. Let me just make sure I'm focused here, guys. 1 second here. Let me just make sure. That looks like it's okay. Hold on 1 second here, my friends. 1 second. Just gonna make sure I'm focused. Hope my fly is done. Okay, yeah, I'm very focused here. Okay, good. All right. Oops, sorry about that, guys. You looked up for a second. So, yeah. Let's see here. Was Luke holding a blaster? Like Han Solo, like blaster, like in Empire Strikes Back, Mythbuster says. Are you talking about this particular drawing here? No, but no, I'm more focusing on when he's fighting Vader on that in that sense there. So, okay, and let's see here. What is your? It says, what's your next project after the Star Wars one? The next project I'm actually focusing on. It won't be like a main, like an established IP. I'm going to be working on my own, and I'm preparing my own personal project that will launch hopefully next year on my birthday. That's the plan. And yeah, so I'm going to be focusing 100% on that, and then, and of course, focusing on the YouTube channel, getting back to the tutorials and all of that stuff. So giving you guys more content than just the Star Wars stuff. Though I'm telling you guys, well, one thing I might do more. I'm not sure if you guys follow me on Instagram or not. I tried quickly because it's fast for me. And when I say fast, I'm talking about like about an hour. I tried doing one of those fan art castings. You know, when somebody photoshops a person when they're rumored to be an actor or they got a role in a movie, someone would go and Photoshop them as that character. And one guy I follow, I'm sure a lot of you guys follow Boss Logic. If you heard of him, he's known for that. That's his thing, right? That's his thing. Now, as you guys also know, I'm a matte painter, or that was my job in movies. So doing that kind of stuff is really quick. So I tried doing one really fast, and I did one of Russell Crowe as Cable for Cable and Deadpool, and what's it called? Russell Crowe actually saw it, and then he tweeted it to Rob Liefeld, and that actually got like this big storm of media that carried it the last couple days. So so that was a lot of fun. So I tried it again because apparently the guy from Stranger Things, David Harbour, he's actually now rumored to have gotten the part of Cable in Deadpool 2. So I did one really, really quick yesterday. Again, guys, I have a lot of work to do. So those take about an hour for me to do. And if you go check out my Instagram, you could see it right now. It's just fun, and because it gets a lot of traction, so I might be doing a little bit more of those things a little bit later down the line. Because it's fast. Like I know I could do it pretty fast. That's why. So, okay, Frost is in class right now. Oh, that's funny. Kuba likes watching my streams while drawing. Awesome. Yeah, like I call these streams. It's like this one big drawing session. I don't think anyone just. Well, not anyone. I'm sure there are people who just sit intently and to watch me draw. Okay, breaking the Sharpie out, guys. Breaking the Sharpie out. Which is great. But for the most part, a lot of you guys I know are drawing right now. So it's like a big drawing session. So. Oh, Drago, thank you very much. I'm glad it did. I'm glad all those tutorials helped. Thank you. Julie's asking, will you make Wonder Woman drawings when the movie comes out? The movie comes out, what, in July? So possibly, yeah, possibly. By the way, Julie, fun fact. My company, at the time when I was working at Pixamundo, a lot of everyone knows this, we were working on Wonder Woman, the actual movie itself. We were working on it. Now, unfortunately, for me, I didn't get any shots. I was actually working on another movie. And actually, if you guys want to know the last movie that I worked on, it's actually coming out in April. It's called The Promise. It stars Oscar Isaacs and Christian Bale. So check that out on YouTube. And pretty much I was painting mountains for like 5 months. I was painting mountains. So check that out. That was the very, very last movie that I worked on before I quit my job to do all of this stuff, right? So it's fun. That's coming out in April. But I believe the second trailer just came out the other day, so go check that out. But yeah, so I saw a lot of all the footage that you saw in the Wonder Woman trailer. I saw a lot of those shots before they came out. I had a lot of my friends, they worked on those shots, and they did a fantastic job. I'm just jealous they didn't give me any shots. So, let's see. Alice says, is it hard to draw with a camera right there? You get used to it. I've been doing it a lot, so you get used to it. Okay? Zoltan's playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Awesome, man. Awesome. That sounds like fun. I haven't played a video game in quite a long time. Tim asks, when you did comics, would you lay out the whole issue before doing finished work? No. Some artists do that. Some do. I personally didn't. And it depends on how much time you have, and it depends on the company. Some companies, they want you to lay out the whole issue beforehand, or at least the first 4, 5, 6 pages. So if you were ever to get in comic books, I would suggest really, really have a good relationship with both not just your editor, but your writer as well, because the writer always has in mind how he wants all those panels to be laid out. Like, you'll get the script, and then he'll give you suggestions on how to lay out the whole book. But you always want to have that good working relationship with everybody. So that's always important to have. Okay, so let's see here. Mythos just says, what's the most useful form of social media for me? Testing it out. Of my most followers are right here on YouTube. Like you guys are most of my followers. I do have a lot of on Instagram. I got about 5,000 or so. On Twitter, I'm around 2,000. Facebook, I'm inching to 10,000 on Facebook. So Facebook is starting to I'm starting to get a lot of traction on Facebook. Even the Star Wars pieces, I get quite a lot of views on Facebook, and mainly because in the feed, the video it plays automatically. So fun tip for you guys. So whenever you see like a movie trailer, whenever you see a movie trailer that comes out, you notice how they have like a trailer before the trailer with every trailer. They do like a preview before they go into the actual trailer. That's why. It's for Facebook, because they're trying to hook you within those 3 seconds. They have 3 seconds to hook you, because they know if in 3 seconds, if nothing's happening, you're gonna scroll down. You're not gonna watch the whole trailer. So that's why they always do those previews before the previews. So that's why. So. Okay, so I lost topic here, but I hope. So yes. So Mythbusters, that's what I would say. YouTube's my number one in terms of followers itself, but I get a lot of traction pretty much everywhere else. So, what's your favorite big cats? I'm not much of a, I wouldn't say a cat person or a dog person. I'm not much of a pet person. We never had pets when I was younger, unfortunately. I think I did have a goldfish once, but even my dad was reluctant to give me pets, like just because he didn't want to, care for him, right? So, so he would be like, "Oh, Dad, can I have a goldfish?" He's like, "I'm allergic." So I never had a cat. So I don't even know the bigger species of cats. But a lot of my friends are cat people. A lot of my friends at work, they love the cats. Like I have friends. They have I have one friend. He has like 10 cats, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. He had like 10 cats. A lot of cats. So Super Awesome Sauce asks, when's the next Star Wars story come out? I'll be honest with you, I never got the chance to finish. And I shot a ton of footage for the last one, so I might combine that together. But expect a little bit longer one for next week, because it's going to cover a few weeks for the Star Wars story. So I apologize for that, guys. Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Yudzeli, hello from Venezuela. Hello. I can't read that. Okay. All right. Let's see. It's Army. Any inking tips? Confidence. That's the number one thing with inking, because we know it's permanent. You can't go back. So, but the more confident you are, the less you'll be doing all those like sketchy-ish lines and something like that. So that's what it is. So Arani says he's been using my older videos for practice. Thank you very much. I'm glad they helped. So, okay, so, Lord Yamaka, sorry, probably no Deathstroke for quite a while, my friend. Okay. Oh, look, Mark Hamill liked my blue pencil drawing. Mark Hamill liked my blue pencil drawing. You see that? That's always cool. See? If you guys can see that. Oh, wait. So I think Mark Hamill's starting to watch me now. I should tell him. Somebody tweet him. Tell him I'm drawing him live. That'd be great. Though it could use some work, though. It's not the best right now. So, okay. So let's go to some questions here. I'm going to go to the YouTubes to do some questions. Okay, so just give me a second here. 1 second here. But thank you guys for joining me online today. It's really cool to have you guys here. Let's see here. Let's go to YouTube, which is where we are. Okay. And I'm going to go to my YouTube. Hold on. Because I'm in my my other accounts here, so I could watch the feed. Oops. Okay, and I just go to the Here we go, notifications. So let's see here. Zoltan says, "Can you include a 1138 Easter egg in one of those Star Wars pieces?" What does that mean, 1138? What? Is that a Star Wars thing? Forgive me, is it like I'm having a brain cramp, or is that many Easter eggs you want? Which is your favorite character in DC? Lord Yamakas. For you, Deathstroke will be my favorite. How about that? There you go. Deathstroke. Let's see here. Oh, Super Awesome Sauce finished the Star Trek mural. Oh, awesome. And 6 boards. How do you cope with that many boards? because because I like it. That's fun. That's fun. I knew this would take forever to do. Right, and like I've been tweeting, this is what, 200 hours? And when I say 200 hours, because at least it's each one of these pieces is about 40 hours on video. So straight video, 40 hours. That doesn't include me laying out the thing. That doesn't include times I have to, I stretch a little bit. It doesn't include times I stop and think and all that kind of stuff. So preparing things for it. So what's it called? So quite a lot of time. So everybody's different. So, and by the way, Super Master Sauce, I'd love to see it. So please send over the mural. I'd love to see it. Myth Duster says you have Attack of the Clones left, right? Yep. Yes, it will. Absolutely. The Jedi battle and Jango Fett. Absolutely. That you read my mind, my friend. You saw where I was going, because I think consensus is people don't. I won't say it's the worst Star Wars movie, but it's disliked the most. Now, I won't say it's the worst, because there are people who love the prequels. I actually like the prequels. I thought they were okay. At the time, I really liked them. But the thing is, like, now you compare like the prequels to Rogue One, right? You watch each of those movies back to back, and the prequels will feel more cartoonish, right? But at the same time, I still enjoy them for what they are. Now, with that, what's it called? What was I saying? Yeah, with that, the best part of the whole Attack of the Clones was that arena scene. So yeah, that big arena battle, that's definitely what I'll be focusing on for the Attack of the Clones. So I will be working on that one after this one, and then I'll be doing Force Awakens, and then I'll be doing Rogue One. I shouldn't have done that. I blame you guys. Hold on, I got a message here. Okay, let me see here. Your message. I think that's probably my wife. Yes, don't forget about my daughter. Of course, I will not forget. Artie says, "Is that Anakin?" No, it's not. That's bad. When you think it's Anakin, I'm actually drawing. Luke in Empire here. Okay. Let's see. Let's go back here. Ariani, I don't take scripts. I usually don't take scripts, and mostly because of legal reasons, and also because, as you guys know, I told you guys I'm working on my own IP. Very, very little bit right now, but when I get full onto it, I'll be getting full onto it soon. So, for legal reasons, I know you're not gonna sue me or anything, and I think I'm not gonna steal your stuff for sure. Just for legal reasons, I'm not reading anybody's scripts right now. So, okay. So, episode 5. Yep, yeah, that's right, Mark. Episode 5. Frost Lost Rifty says, "Will you ever do a Spider-Man sketch?" If you go check out, I do have a Spider-Man up. It'll probably be a while before I do another one, but I do have one on my channel. If you go look back, I did one with Spider-Man and Moon Knight. And in fact, if you don't want to go back to my channel, just go check out my Instagram. I just posted an Instagram of that particular video. If you go check out my Instagram, I just threw it up there like yesterday, so you could check that out there. Okay, so let me just check something here quickly. Here, sure we are recording. Okay, yep. Okay, Abby says, when did I first become interested in drawing? That's a good question. Um, Ever since I can remember, in all honesty, like I always could draw. I always could draw. Um, there are some differences though because I never thought of it as a career until my last year of high school. I told that story many times to you guys. My last year of high school, that's when I decided to become an artist. Um, I didn't start collecting comic books itself till I'd say about beginning of high school, and that's thanks to one of the guys here in the chat, Jonathan. He's actually one of my very good friends, one of my very good childhood friends. He got me into comic books back then. So we started collecting more around the Image time when. Well, I actually tweeted out yesterday that because I tweeted out my video of me drawing Youngblood, and actually Rob Liefeld he actually retweeted that one. Actually, that was pretty cool. But Youngblood, Wildcats, that whole Image run, that's what really, really got me interested in comic books at the time. So, yeah, so I was always into actually drawing, but I never really took it seriously until I'd say, like, because I did draw a comic book in high school, but I never thought about going into comic books. I always thought I was going to be a doctor at that time, but I never really seriously said, okay, I'm going to be a comic book artist, or I'm going to make a career in art until my last year of high school. Okay. Zoltan, I don't like sand. Okay. Oh, Super Awesome Sauce sent the mural. I'll go check that out for sure. Let's see here. Sand gets everywhere. What Star Wars film would you recommend for a person who's never seen a Star Wars film? That's a good question. Oh, that's a very, very interesting question, actually. Let me think about that. Because there's two ways you could go about it. There's two ways. Like there's different methods. I forgot there was this one method where you totally discount. I think Attack of the Clones and the Phantom Menace. But for someone who's never seen Star Wars, I would say watch the original. Definitely watch the original first. That's how I would do it. Like if you were to twist my arm, I would say watch. Depending on how old you are too. If you are an older person like me, or if you're like even like in your 20s, I would say go the way it was brought out. Go episode 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then, or you could do 4, 5, 6. Then do Rogue One. I might even do that. Rogue One. Then Force Awakens, and then if I mean that's not cool too. It's hard to say. Watch them in the order they came out. That's what I'm gonna say, because that's how it was intended to watch, right? Watch in the way. That's what I'm gonna say. That was a horrible answer, guys. I apologize for that one. Look at this mullet this guy has. Look at that mullet. Let's see here. Okay, here. Oh yeah, that's right. Mark says the high school comic was called Blood Warriors. Actually, guys, I actually go through that comic book. If you go check out my throwback series, I got a playlist on here. If you haven't seen it already, there's a playlist on my channel. It's called The Throwback, where I go through my old art, and I do a video on Blood Warriors, my high school comic book. Okay, so if one of you is if you could, maybe you could grab that link, maybe put it in the chat. If you guys wanted to see that comic book, that'd be really interesting, for sure. Okay, let me grab my good old friend, the Shoppy. Now, here's the thing, guys. Whenever you're doing likenesses, and because someone thought this was what's it called, Anakin. That doesn't say much. But when you're doing likenesses, I find, depending on your skill level, of course, if you're not very skilled in likenesses, and I wouldn't call myself very skilled in likenesses, like there are tons of people way better than me. You guys should check out my buddy Mass Art on Instagram. That guy's incredible. MAASART, Mass Art. That dude is incredible. But he follows me. We chat occasionally on Instagram. He's a cool guy. But that guy could do likenesses like that. Very amazing skills, that guy. But if you guys are trying to do likenesses, less is more. Less is definitely more. Let the mind kind of fill in. Oh, no! You see that? Oh, that could have been a lot of trouble. That could have been a lot of trouble, guys. But yeah, less is definitely more. In terms like lines on the faces, all that kind of stuff. So right now I'm using the 0.5 just to kind of thicken up the lines. So Ariana says, when did I first get good at drawing? Well, people always said I was good at drawing. So when you say good, do you mean like professional level? Is that what you're referring to? So just so I know how to answer your question properly, let me know, Ariane. Jonathan says, shut a message about this a few days ago. Oh, that's right, buddy. You emailed me. I didn't get back to you. Sorry about that, my friend. What's your take on portfolio reviews offers at cons? Beneficial, too short? I talked to John Barber a while ago, and you guys can find that interview on my channel when I talked to John Barber. It's always nice to find someone or talk to someone face to face, because then at that point they're not just judging your art, they're judging you as a person. So if you're a good guy, good person, and Mark, you are a good person, so that's why I'm saying that's when it could become beneficial, because you can establish those type of relationships with those people. Now, if you are an introvert, okay, if you are an introvert, and there's nothing wrong with that, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, or you just don't like talking to people live or in person. If you have trouble talking to people in person, maybe internet's just the best way to go. And in all honesty, if your artwork's good, an editor's going to stop and see you. But is there value in actually going to a con? Yeah, absolutely. There is if you could talk to the right amount of people, right person. Mark, it all depends what you're going for. If you're going for a job, or if you're just going for feedback. If you're just going for feedback, then yeah, asking artists at a con, they'll for the most part they're willing to help, depending on the artist. I personally like to help, but then you will have those artists who look at you and they're like, "Oh, are you going to take my job?" There are those kind of artists out there, unfortunately. But if they don't want to look at your portfolio, they won't look at your portfolio. But also know that a lot of artists too, if you're going to show your portfolio to artists, a lot of them don't know how to give feedback as well, or if they might not be honest with you just to kind of get rid of you. There are both. I've met both of those guys. Me personally, I do want to give you honest advice. I will give you honest advice, and I will ask you if this is really what you want to do, and I'll be totally honest with you at a con. So everyone's different. Okay, so while the camera turned off, let me just check Super Awesome Sauce's, I think he just sent me the thing here. Let me just check here quickly. He just sent me his Star Wars piece. Or a Star Trek piece. I wanted to check it out. Sultan says I should watch Bad Lip Reading Star Wars. I have. I've seen the Yoda song one. That was pretty cool. Ari Rani wants me to do a video on hair. Oh, yeah, for sure. In fact, I could teach you a little bit about hair right now. For sure, yeah. Ariane says, do I like David Mazzucchelli? I really like his work, for sure. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't picked up any of his books. But he does have that dark style, for sure. So. Oh, very cool, man. Very cool. I'm looking at Super Awesome Sauce's Star Trek here. Very cool, man. Very cool. Yeah, I can show everybody. Can I show everybody quickly? Oh, am I allowed to show everybody? Very nice, man. Good job. Good for you. It feels good when you finish, right? It's really such an accomplishment when you finish, for sure. Good stuff. Good stuff. Frame it, my friend. Frame it. There you go. um, what point? Jonathan says, "Well, what point do you need? Should you stop feeling like I need to improve versus I should start pursuing a job?" I do both. I do both, buddy. Especially in today's day and age, part of the whole thing is the journey, and that's what I'm finding with this whole thing. Let me turn the camera back on here. That's what I'm finding with the whole thing, is that a lot of people are following me. Even editors are following me mainly to see how I'm doing, and the journey and me documenting it. So you never stop learning, like, and I'll tell you, I ate a whole bunch of humble pie. Recently, well, I won't say recently, last year when I was teaching my concept art class, because there are some students in that concept art class. I'll tell you, man. I'll tell you, they should. I think I told you guys this before. These guys should be teaching me how to draw. These guys are insane artists. Now they are on the concept side, so they're not going for comic books or anything like that. But their work is very impressive, amazing. They got scholarships to go to the school. Hold on, I'm looking for a Sharpie that's not blunty. So it taught me, like, even at my age right now, there's always room to improve. So honestly, I do both. I would make a sample, Mark. I would make a sample. I would work on getting a portfolio to your level right now, and then show that around for feedback with the option of, if it gets you work, fantastic. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Okay, see, I got a brand new Sharpie. If it doesn't, that's cool also. And then, if all you get out of it's feedback, fantastic. And then you could go back and then make another set of samples and then go for it. So, and I've been saying your stuff on Instagram, Mark. It's pretty awesome. I'm liking all your new stuff, man. It's looking great. But yeah, if I were, it depends on what kind of art job you want at this point. So let's see here. Let's see here. Rockin' and rolling. Okay. Well, Lord Yamaka, that's the game. Patience is the game, my friend. Though I do wish at times that all this social media stuff was around when I was in college, or when I was starting out in comics, But, it's the hand you're dealt, or it's the era you were born. In that sense, so it is what it is, as you guys hear me say all the time. Let's see if I missed any questions here. Let me just go back. And if not, I'm going to actually go back to my YouTube feed and start answering some questions here. Let's see. Is there pre-made comic panel and typography software? I am not sure, Ariane. I'm not sure. You can buy boards with the lines already, but honestly, I wouldn't be too worried about that. I would actually, like I said, my first samples that I've ever done, I just did them on Bristol board I bought at the dollar store. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Just know your dimensions, and you should be good to go. 11 by 17. 11 by 17 should be fine. Okay. Let's see. No, Mark, you don't want to take my concept class. I wish I could say that I was the one who taught these kids, but no, they had the skills way before they met me. And the stuff they were putting out in the class itself, it was amazing work, for sure. And they are also in tune with everybody in the concept art industry. Like a lot of people in the industry, they know these kids already. And they're only like what, uh, to make us feel old. Mark, they're like what 21, 20, 21, something like that. So my job was pretty much just to try to bring them a little bit to the next level, if that was even possible. There you go. Oh, okay. Zoltan's making his comic book strip. Awesome. Yeah. Tim says, do I think Instagram is the best place for artists to post work? Instagram is the number one social media network right now. So I would say yes, post on Instagram. But again, you are competing with thousands of artists there. So be patient with it. It's not going to happen overnight. As you can tell, I've been on Instagram for, 3 years now? I only got about 5,000 followers on Instagram. So be patient with it. I know a lot of people who join Instagram and then they think it's going to happen all at once. They'll just put one post up and it'll go viral. And that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen at all. So, get into the community. When you get on Instagram, don't just post work, but post... Because I also find when it gets a little bit more personal, that it helps. When you post things like, getting ready to draw and all that kind of stuff, it's... a lot of people are interested in that kind of stuff too. Okay, so not just finished work. Don't worry about finished work. Show work in progresses. Show all of that kind of stuff. That's how I would do it, personally. Let's see here. Lord Yamaka says, which comic book artists are better now or back in the day? Is there a difference? Everyone's different, and it's a different style too, and it's a different audience. It depends on the era you're in. I was saying before that people. It's a little bit more cartoony style today, and that's true. But then you do have the guys like the Jason Fabocks and the Dave Finch type guys. If you guys know the type of guys I like, who are doing their thing. So that gritty real, that's still there too. That's still there, though I think it's not as popular. Though he does sell a ton, right? So it's not as popular as the cartoony stuff, but. I can't say which one's better because it's all about taste at the end of the day. All about taste. I love George Perez. But I can see how some artists or some readers today won't like his stuff. Guys like John Romita. I have friends who loathe his stuff. I think it's okay, his stuff, but they loathe his stuff. They can't understand how this guy works. But he's good. His storytelling is crazy. On point, and he does 5 pages a day. So and he has a huge following. Now his style is very compared to my stuff, very very simplistic compared to my stuff. But he's an expert storyteller, and a lot of people like that stuff. So I can't really say what's better. Now the era I grew up in, the whole Jim Lee Image Comics era, to me that will always be the pinnacle to me. That style of art, I'll always love the most. But it's different for everybody. That's a mullet, guys. Yes, mass art. That's at Anemone anymore. It is mass art, but there's 2 A's instead of 2 S's. MAAS art. Okay. John Romita Jr. John Romita Jr. Yeah. George Perez, John Byrne, that kind of stuff. That's again the type of stuff I grew up with. Right now, again, those two there, John Byrne and George Perez, they were actually a little bit before my time. Well, let's say before my time, but their styles weren't as popular when the whole image boom happened. Right there was the whole Jim Lee. Jim Lee revolutionized the industry with his style, but so I was, a lot of people were trying to be Jim Lee clones at the time. I'm still trying to be a Jim Lee clone now, right? But look at this hair, man, like a mullet. I think I went too crazy with the black. This hair, I should have done this in color, but that's okay. I'll make it work. John Romita style, yeah, it's cool. It's a good style, Mark. So. That's right. You know what, Mythbusters? That's very, very true. That's very, very true what you say there. And in all honesty, guys, I wouldn't worry about how many people like your photos, especially if you're just starting out with Instagram. That will come. That will come. Just post your stuff. I say post your stuff and make it consistent. That's the best way. Do the hashtags. Hashtags are important. And I should take my own advice because sometimes I forget to do the hashtags. But hashtags are very important if you want people to find your work. But then once it's up, don't go there every 2 minutes to see what people are saying about your work. Post, then forget about it, right? And then if people comment back. Comment back. That's what I would suggest to you if you're just starting out Instagram. Okay? Because build a community, build friends. Like for me, it's great talking to you guys here. I think it's awesome. Like fellow artists here, it's like we're holding like a big drawing session, Drawing with a Sharpie. Drawing with a Sharpie. What time is it? It's only 2 o'clock. Good. All right. Yeah, Mass Art. His celebrity portraits. You can't beat him. You cannot beat him. Like that's why he's one of my heroes. That's why it's insane to me. Like he would comment and he's like, "Oh man, this is awesome." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you're telling me my stuff's awesome?" Because he's a huge comic fan, and he does have a YouTube channel. If you look up Mass Art on YouTube, go check him out. He's really good on YouTube, and then tell him I sent you there, guys. Actually, guys, do that for me. Can you guys do that for me? Go check out Mass Art on Instagram or on YouTube. Mass Art, MAAS Art, and he has some fantastic speed drawings there. And just comment on his videos. Tell him that I sent him. I sent you guys there. Can you do that for me? Mean a lot for me if you guys would do that for me. But that guy, it's insane his work. Insane his work. But thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah. Lord Yamaka, does your nationality matter? Absolutely not. What matters, are you good? They don't care. They don't care what nationality you are. And there are a lot of people who don't live in the U.S. who work for Marvel DC. It doesn't matter. If they think your work's going to sell, they'll hire you. And that's it. At the end of the day, if they think your work's going to sell, they're going to hire you. Okay? So that doesn't matter. Art is one of those things because they don't see your face. Right, hold on, let me just record again. They don't have to see your face. When I got my first job at Marvel, my editors, I've never met them in person. And I don't think they've ever seen me at that time. Like we did talk through email. I never sent them pictures of myself. They have no idea what I look like or what nationality I am. Well, they knew I was from Canada. But for the most part, what they do, they just send you the check at the end of the day, right? So that does not matter. Yes, that's right, Mark. Yeah, Mass Art. Again, guys, go to his YouTube. Please, please, please do that for me. And just do that for me. Just comment on his videos. Just tell him I sent you there. Please do that for me. It would be great. He's my buddy. So I want to get him some YouTube guys going over there. How do you get awesome, Don Lon says. By practicing. It's all practice, my friend. All practice. Practice and dedication, okay? It all depends on, let's be honest, guys. Like, this big debate, is talent a real thing? Is talent real? Are there people who are more talented than others? Some say yes. Some say no. It's just the amount of work they put in. Some say yes, because it doesn't matter how much they work, they'll never get as good as somebody else. For me, it all depends on what you want to do, guys. If you want to be an artist, the only thing you can control, like if talent is a real thing, the only thing you can't control that if that's the real thing. What you can control is how much effort and work you put into your craft, how much you're willing to learn, how humble you are, willing to get better at what you are, never thinking that your stuff is perfect, always thinking there's always ways to improve it, Like for me right now, I'm looking at this. There's a million ways I could prove this thing, uh, but but the only constant that you have is time. So it's all a matter of how much you want to put into it. Okay, at the same time, right? So, okay, so good. It doesn't look like a girl. Good. Though I do feel I put too much black in his hair. Okay, I'm in the chat. I'm just gonna put his name again. Masart. Mass art. There you go. What artistic craft do you want to try that you haven't? I have done sculpture before. Dance, I'm not very good at it. Composing, no. I love music. As you guys know, I love to sing and all that stuff too. But actual composing music, no. I kind of know how to read notes, but not really. Not really. I do wish I actually, went and learned how to play the guitar. I never learned how to play the guitar, and now it's never too late. I could go. I just don't have the time right now. But maybe that's something I'll do once my property comes out next year. I'll try to go learn how to play guitar. I always wanted to do that. So, what time is it now? 2:04. Okay, good. We have about half an hour. Now with hair, guys, everyone's different when it comes to hair. Some just like to put in big blocks of shadows, and then that's it. And then if you're like a guy like me who likes to draw every single strand there is. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can see my face or not, but let's see. Vitalia asks, what's your main advice for a young comic book artist? Here, my main advice, okay? Practice drawing comic books, okay? Number one, practice drawing comic books, which I'm sure you are, okay? This sounds simple, but actually do the craft of doing comic books, not pinups, comic books. Now, pinups are nice once in a while. I only do a pinup like maybe max once a week. Max once a week a pinup. Focus on learning how to tell a story if you want to be a comic book artist. If you want to be an illustrator, that's completely different. If you want to be a cover artist, that's completely different. If you want to be a comic book artist, meaning you want to go and draw comic books, you got to master the art of storytelling. Okay, so focus on the storytelling, and never ever be satisfied with one set of submissions. Okay. So just say you did like a 5-page submission of Justice League, whatever, right? Okay, fantastic, okay? Now, don't hold on to the same set of submissions for the next... I'd say once you're done a set of submission, yes, send them out. Send them to editors and all that stuff, but immediately start working on another set and see how you can improve it, okay? Never think that a set of submissions that you do will get you a job, okay? Always go into it, this set of submissions will get me feedback. All right? Always think it that way. Don't think about it as this set of submission, it's going to get me that job in Marvel I wanted. Don't think that way. Think, okay, these submissions, I'm going to show this to an editor, and he's going to show me how to get better. Go with that mindset, okay? And then one day you'll be surprised. That editor will say, hey, why don't you have this book? You're good enough to get to that book, okay? Patience is the key. It takes a lot of time. Very rarely happens that right away they have something for you, because they have schedules too, and they usually don't go to someone new unless they're really in a crunch. So if you haven't already, check out my my playlist on how to become a comic book artist. I have a 7-part series if you haven't checked that out already, and I go through everything on how I would break into comics today if I was trying to break in today. And looking at it now, there are a lot of things I probably would update in that whole series, because I did that. Was that last year? 2 years ago, I think I did that series. So there are maybe a few things I would update on there. But yeah, okay. I am not lying about mass art. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. Let's see. Does music help me draw? Absolutely. I cannot work without doing something else. Let me explain. Like for right now, I'm working, but I'm talking to you guys. So I don't have any music on me, but I love talking to you guys. So that's cool. when I'm not talking to you guys, I do have a podcast. It's usually a podcast. I prefer podcasts over music. Me personally, I like hearing people talk. I like hearing people talk. So let me just fix the camera here, guys. Just give me a second here. Move this up. You guys might have turned, so I'm not sure what you guys are looking at. Just give me a second here. Okay. Let me just turn this a little bit over here because I'm trying to do the top part of his hair. It's funny. You know what you guys see is completely different from what I see. Like, I haven't been looking at the screen here. And actually, it helps. It helps because I could see how things are off. Oh. Because yours is like straight down. So I could fix a whole bunch of things. Because, you know, I'm drawing on an angle, right? I'm drawing on an angle, guys. So things are actually skewed, and I don't even realize it. Hey, guys, if draw with a camera. Because you could see the top down, and I see problems. I see a lot of problems, actually, with this. All right. But also, I think you guys are a bit skewed as well. You guys are a bit skewed as well, so one of us is right, one of us is wrong. Okay, let me finish the hair on the other side. How much time do I got? I got 20 minutes here, guys, so feel free to ask any questions. Let me go down here. Okay, hold on. Let me go up here. Let's see. Deathstroke. Ty says, do I use reference when I'm drawing? Always. Always, always. Use reference. Now, there are a lot of people who pride themselves on working off the top of your head, off their head, and good on them. And in all honesty, it's faster if you don't need reference. It's a lot faster because you just go ahead and draw. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with working without reference. However, it depends if you want to be accurate. It's very hard to find a portrait artist who can't draw without looking at the person he's trying to draw. Okay, so yeah, for sure. Yeah, reference is very important, especially if you're drawing backgrounds, if you're doing all of that stuff. All of that really matters. So reference. Get a lot of it too. One of the very first comic book advice I got was actually with a teacher who actually teaches at my school now. So he's actually a coworker of mine now. His name's Dave Ross. He used to work for Marvel DC a lot. He has his own comic book called Thrax. And back in the day, I'm not sure if John-Mark was with me or Jonathan was with me or not. At a con, I met him at a con, and I did a sample of his character Thrax fighting Spider-Man. And he loved it. And then he gave me some advice about references. Now, back then, we didn't have Google. Back then, can you imagine that? Trying to find reference without Google. We would go to the library. I would buy magazines and then cut them up, you know. So I would draw a lot in the library. I would draw in the library back in the day because we would need reference. And then it was hard to find reference, you know, hard to find. Like, oh, I wish we had the Google back in the day, right? So you guys have that advantage. But he would tell me, get your reference. So what we would do, we would cut out magazines, right? We would cut out the magazines. We see a picture of a magazine. If you think you could use it, you cut it out. We made a file folder. And then put the, and then categorize it. So what do you need? Buildings? Okay, I got a file folder of references of buildings. What's it called? Bridges, inside an airplane, all of that stuff. So we would have folders for that. And then even then, I wouldn't be satisfied with just one. I would take a few and then post it all over the wall, all over my wall, so I could just look up and then draw, look up and draw. Now it's different. Now, if you have a computer monitor, it works just the same. Sometimes I would have, if you have more than one monitor, you can put a whole bunch of pictures up, and that will help. So usually whenever I'm drawing a likeness, try to do a likeness, I wouldn't just have the person, in the one pose. I would have multiple angles of the face, so I could understand how the the different nuances, how big their nose is, how the skin is forming around, because sometimes you can't tell those things with just one picture. So references, very, very important. References, especially if you're learning how to draw too, for sure. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, idiotic noob, thanks for stopping by. Thank you. Let's see here. Helmet hair. Yes. His Princess Leia. Well, all of his he works on tone paper. He works on tone paper, and yes, he uses all of those. But you know what? That's a good question to ask him. So just ask him that. So. Yes, and please tell him I sent you, okay? Please tell him I sent you, okay? That would be fantastic. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Kevin says, do you recommend doing Artist Alley at conventions? Do you enjoy doing it? I do enjoy doing artists. Now, whenever I go to cons, I go as a guest. Because when you go as a guest, because I have actual published artwork, I get to go as a guest and I go for free. So I don't have to pay for my table. Now, that'd probably be different for you guys if you don't have one. So consider how much it is. If you're there trying to make money, it all depends, right? So, but then again, you won't know until you try. The good thing about the Artist Alley table compared to the guest tables, the guest tables are usually out of the way. They're out of the way. They're on the side of the wall. So it's not a prime spot, all the artist tables, or the guest artist tables. So really, we rely on people who are actually looking for us. Right? Because by the time people get to us, they go through all of the Artist Alley first before they get to us. So if they see something they like, most likely they're out of money by then. So that's the only downside for being a comic guest. The upside is the table's free. But I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of friends who do the Artist Alley. My buddy Keiko, Christopher Keiko, he does a lot. You should check out his YouTube channel. He's pretty good. He's the one who does all the Pokemon drawings. And some that's all they do. I know a lot of guys, that's all they do. They just go to Artist Alleys and sell their work. And they make a killing out of it. Some make a lot of money out of it. So, let's see. What advice could I give for drawing background? Shay said. A lot of reference. If you're doing backgrounds, especially backgrounds, reference. You got to know how something looks, especially you want something that people can buy as real. No matter if you're cartoony or not, reference. Okay. Let's see here. Mythbuster says it's better to draw from live people rather than images. Absolutely. I truly believe that too. If you could get yourself to some life drawing classes, it will change your world. If you've never been to a life drawing class, it's different. It is completely different when they're there and they're posing, and then you're trying to draw them within from anywhere from, I've done 5-second drawings all the way up to those are called gestures. 5-second to a minute drawings, those are called gestures, and we go up to 30-minute drawings. Usually drawing with Conte or charcoal, and those are invaluable. Those are great. If you guys could get to a life drawing session, I'd say do it. If you can. Let's see here. Positive Productions. Has your family influenced you as an artist? Of course, they're very influential. It's more motivation more than anything else. And it is cool. Like, my kids, when they were old enough to realize I was an artist, because for example, when my son was born, I was working in film, so he didn't know that I could draw or I did comics for a while. He didn't know until I actually, 2013, when I actually did a comic. They're like, "Oh, we didn't know you could do this, Dad." That kind of thing, right? So yeah. But more than anything, it's inspiration. That's what gives me the drive to actually finish all this stuff. Like, this is for them. So, okay, let's see here. Was it ever nerve-wracking to draw in front of people? Absolutely. Especially in cons and stuff. But at the same time, it's a rush. It's a rush to draw in front of people. So some people can't do it. Some people can't draw in front of people. I talked to Greg Capullo again. If you haven't seen that interview, check out that interview. But he cannot draw in front of people. He can't. So he never does commissions at cons. He never does it because he doesn't like drawing in front of people. So some people can, some people can't. I personally, after a while, I really enjoyed it. To be honest, I love drawing in front of you guys, like live performance kind of, you know. So it's all good on that essence. So Simon said, I got about 10 minutes, guys. So feel free to ask me any more questions that you would like. Let's see here. Mahmood says, off the top of your head, are there any art books you'd recommend learning drawing? Anything obscure? We all know Loomis and Brigman. Let me think here. What was the guy's name again? Well, yeah, maybe you guys can help me out here. I mentioned this before. The dynamic Bern Hogarth. He's great. Dynamic figure drawing. My buddy Dave Ross has a fantastic book on drawing. His name's Dave Ross. I gotta type his name in. And I know I wouldn't be recommending this to you if it wasn't a great book. I looked through it, and it's for artists. It's actually fantastic. Dave Ross. Go Google him. Google Dave Ross art book, and he has a fantastic book. Go check that out. All right. Yeah. So let's see here. Positive Productions works with film as well. Awesome. Great. Lord Yamaka, do you ever wake up and don't feel like drawing? A lot of times, really. A lot of times. Just takes me a few minutes to get into it, but once I start, It's a lot of fun. It's not, you hear people say it, like, I'm not driving a truck here, I'm not collecting, and those are good, those are important jobs, but, I'm doing something that for the most, I really do love drawing, I love drawing. It's a lot of fun. So, but sometimes, you do get up like, okay. But then after a minute or two, then I get excited to go draw. So there it is, right? Okay. So with the time, let me check if there's any more questions here before I get going here, because I'm going to have to go very, 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 very shortly. Let's go back to the YouTubes. Sorry, I was just checking something here. So, okay. Positive Productions. Which company do you work for, if you don't mind me asking? And may I ask what exactly you do with film? May I ask that? Yeah. No problem, no problem. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to turn off the camera itself for a second. Let's see here. Hold on. I'm trying to look for questions, but it's all just comments, which is great. It was fantastic comments, Somebody on my 10 minute, 1 minute, 10 second Batman video, which is my highest viewed video, by the way. He asked, is Batman making a kissy face? Nope. Well, that wasn't the intention. Let's see here. Let me see here. Don't worry, Mark. I haven't streamed in a few weeks, so you didn't miss much, buddy. Do I sometimes have a story that unfolds on its own, or do I plan them out? Are you talking about for the Star Wars pieces itself? Like the Star Wars pieces, I try to get as many of the scenes in as I can, and I try to make it flow that way. So that's why. Do I have Reese? Do I have one person whose art style I really enjoy? Again, like you guys, again, the big five for those of you who who my regular stream regular Brian Hitch, David Finch, Stephen Platt, Jim Lee, naturally, George Perez, Jeff Darrow, who else? Steve McNiven. I love his work. Steve McNiven, Adi Gradov. Adi, as you guys, if you guys know Adi Gradov, that guy's an amazing artist. He started off with us at Dreamwave long time ago, back in the day. He did a title for us called Necromancer, or Necro War, I think it was called Necro War. He was amazing. And he's superstar now. So let's see who else. Jason Fabach. I love his stuff because it's very Dave Finchy. So that's my kind of style. Oh, Scott Collins, my friend Scott Collins. I sat beside him at Montreal Comic Con. Was that last year? Or that'd be 2 years ago. I sat beside him at Montreal Comic Con. Fantastic guy, awesome guy. Awesome Positive Productions. Awesome. Cool. In general, well, if you're talking about story, then are you talking about sorry, Terror of Death says he was referred to in general when he's talking about story. Are you talking about drawing comic books itself? If talking about comic books itself, I've never really written my own comic book, except for that Blood Warriors, the one I did before. So usually I have a script to go by. So, of course, I remember Bart Sears, Mark. In fact, I think he's coming out with a new book, if I'm not mistaken. My buddy told me that he's got this new project coming in. Oh, who could forget Greg Capullo? But thank you very much. I'm actually gonna put up my Creech drawing on Twitter probably after this. I'm gonna go throw that up there. So yeah. Mythbuster says he thought Star Wars Father was going to be a surprise in the film. Yeah. And honestly, I did too. But then James Gunn said that happens literally at the beginning of the film. So he said, in fact, that's not much of a spoiler because there's what's it called? It's a huge part of the story. That's why. Yes, Jonathan. Ryan is amazing. Well, he's Ryan. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. Meandering. Yeah, he does all the concept artwork for Marvel, all the character concept art, amazing stuff. Also Andy Park, he does a lot of that work for as well. Fun fact about Andy, he used to draw Tomb Raider for Top Cow back in the day. I did meet him once at a Comic-Con. Really nice guy, Andy Park. But he's doing extremely well now. Good on him. But yeah, so Greg Capullo's awesome. Okay, guys, so we're getting ready to wrap up here. We're almost getting to the 2:30 mark. So I'll probably, I'll get to the drawing like at this stage, and then I'll probably go away from it, try to do something else, and I'll go back to it. Take a look, and I still like it. Like if you've been staring at a drawing for about a few hours, or an hour or so, it's nice to kind of step away from it, refresh your eyes, come back, and then you can see problems and try to fix it up. So Ewan really wants me to do Baloo and Mowgli. So I will do that eventually, buddy. No problem. Kyle Geek says, are you going to see Logan? I absolutely will. I've heard nothing but great things about that movie. Some are calling it their favorite comic book movie of all time. But probably not right now. Maybe the next, probably when this is done, then I'll go see it. But not right now, for sure. Yeah, Andy Park, he did a lot of things for Top Cow first before he went over. So, which character do I have the most fun drawing? I don't know. So many. Who was the guy? I really like drawing Kit Fisto. That was a lot of fun in Star Wars land. I love Kit Fisto. I like drawing Palpatine just because of his face. It's so cool drawing his face. But yeah, so thank you, Kevin, for that. Thank you, Kevin, for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lord Yamaka. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for joining me online. I think I'm gonna wrap it up now because I have to go pick up my kids very soon. So in terms of the next Star Wars story, I probably will not wait till Monday before that will come out again. I'm hoping to get some more content on my channel. Like, I apologize for that. The last couple of weeks have been crazy, but I need to get you guys some more content. I'm going to leave this particular Ask the Artist as is on my channel right now. So thank you guys for helping me with that. And thank you for joining in. I really do appreciate that for sure. So no problem, Mark. You can email me anytime for sure. Okay. When will the next live stream happen? Let's shoot for Monday. I said that last time. Let's shoot for Monday. Um, like I do want to live stream with you guys once a week. Once a week, I want to live stream with you guys. Hopefully more eventually. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So thank you to everyone online and for joining in. Been a lot of fun for sure. Been a lot of fun, and you guys are awesome. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and all of that. Again, do me that favor if you haven't already. Please go over to my buddy Mass Art's YouTube channel. Just go Google him, MAAS Art, and just tell him that I sent you there. That's more important. Tell him I sent you there. Just so you can see it, okay? Really, really appreciate that. Thank you, PJ. Thank you very much. Ash, thank you very much. Zoltan's looking forward to Logan. Yeah, me too. Though, don't tell me any spoilers, okay, dudes? No spoilers. All right, man. Yeah. Ew. I'm looking at my friend's picture. She put a picture of her hand, and she was watching Logan, and she had bite marks on her fingers, and they're really, really thick bite marks on her fingers. That's pretty gross. Oh, and they say you're gonna cry like crazy over there. You're gonna cry like crazy, eh? So, okay, cool, guys. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to have to end it off here. Thank you so much for watching me draw Mark Hamill today. It was a lot of fun. So you guys are awesome. So please tell your friends about me. Okay. And also, guys, if you could do me a favor, just if you could help me, Yeah, Patrick Stewart cried, Logan. Awesome. So for those of you here online, if you could just do me a favor, huge favor, if you could go to my Twitter and retweet, I would really appreciate it if you would go there and retweet one of my Star Wars videos that are on there. Just go to my media. I have a bunch of Star Wars videos, whether it be the full version, which is about 2 minutes, 20 minutes, or like the pictures. If you could just retweet them for me, that would be fantastic. I would really appreciate that, guy. That would help me. Minator's here, right at the tail end. Huanator's here too. It's good to see you here, guys. You are very late because I'm ending off right now, Minator. I'm sorry about that. But I will talk to you guys next time, okay? And if you do that for me, but again, thank you very much for joining me today. And yeah, keep drawing, everybody. We'll call this a drawing session. Let's do that because a lot of you guys are drawing. We'll do another drawing session on Monday, okay? I really, really have to go, guys. Sorry I couldn't stay longer. But thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining. And yeah, I usually don't know how to end these things, you know. But I'm going to actually stop streaming right now. So thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.